Hello, people. I wanted to say welcome to another video. This video will be more or less a few farming areas for early, mid, and late game. Now, I would like to notify you that each farming location shown will have a sort of level requirement. At least some basic requirements have to be met before you can go to the next part. Now, I would like to mention one thing. For those who are first starting out with the game, what you must do, and out of my own personal opinion, for what I always tell new players, it is better to farm in this area, the blocks mark. It's got the lowest level zombies, excluding the ones over here, which are level 0. It's got a decent spawn rate. There's plenty to kill, and it's just better to access. Now, but to new players as well, these zombies have the ability to drop the MP5 or the MP7. I forget which one exactly. I apologize. And the XM1014. I would also like to notify um, the XM1014 is a very good early game weapon, and I would fully suggest keeping that until you get the Mariner or the Mossberg 590. Now, for the second farming area, after you do the main quest, you open the gate, which is located through these doors, defeat prisoner, or defeat prisoner and then go through the double doors, and you open this up. Once you pass the park, which is Zrekara's spawn point, then comes the second and most used farming spot. Right outside of Sundays is a very good farming area. And as you can see, people are actually farming here right now. A level hashtag and a level 254 or 235, apologies. This area has a lot of frequent zombies that will just non-stop spawn, and just this can be accessed right off the bat, early game, simple as that. Also, during hordes, you are able to get metal barricades, gas tank IEDs, and also, of course, metal plates. Now, the metal plates, scarecrows, and the gas tanks or gas IEDs are all sellable for 300 apiece. A full stack being 1.5k. That is also a very early farming method that I would advise you take. Now, going to the Sundays warehouse or Sundays, whenever you get a scarecrow, as I have two in my storage, and I walk up here, not holding it, but we'll be in a second, maybe, if the ladder wants to work. As you notice, the scarecrow right here by Kino attracts the zombies. The good thing about scarecrows is not only will they be useful for hoarding zombies together, as you can see, but similar to the snowman, which is a winter crate droppable, you can put it up here, and if I go ahead and show you, you can place it up here for the zombies to actually go to. And this makes it much easier to actually farm. Now, of course, with this being placed down, I would suggest you find yourself a flamethrower. The location of the flamethrower is in the mall. The location of the flamethrower, once you come from the train station area, is right here. You obtain it from Zomborg Prime at level 60, and it is a 57% drop. Now, the second area, or really within the second map, the WD Underground, there's a few different spots that are pretty good for farming. Behind me is the first survival. Now, of course, you will have to do this for stuff like the advanced med kit and everything here. However, I would like to say that this gives a good source of farm kills, perks, money even, and although I wouldn't really advise using weapons in there to upgrade, it does allow you to rack up kills over time. Now, of course, this goes by in waves and is kind of time consuming, but at the same time, while you're killing the infected, you are able to get crates. Uh, this also will be going for all survivals, but whenever you pass wave 20, as says here, you will have a 50% chance to get this. Also, I do note that at wave 20, you do have the chance to get any unclassified crate. Now going through the map, to the right of me, right here, this area is not really a farming area per se. I mean, it does give a good amount of zombies, but I wouldn't really suggest it. However, going through the sewers up to the train station, there is a spot. And hello there, Icarus. To the left is Sector E. It's not a survival, it's just there. But down here, within the train station area, this area is another extremely good farming area. Of course, a good position to actually put the scarecrow would be here. To get to this spot right here, what you need to do is one of two things. One, parkour. Or two, if you are cheeky like me and you have a ladder, then use the ladder to get over there. However, if you don't, all you have to do is not that. All you have to do is crouch jump to over here. Now when you're over here, just place down the scarecrow, or depending on what you used, and the zombies will start coming in. Now I would also suggest that you at least stay somewhere. You also put one right there, one right here, or somewhere around this area. Right here also works. and also right there. Moving on, the upwards area, which is located just through this same area, just go up these stairs and all the way up here. That scarecrow that you actually place down will be attracting these zombies up here, which also do help out. This area is more or less, I guess you could say, advanced and less used than Sundays, but these guys are still relatively quote unquote harmless. You can still kill them with relative ease, and they're still easier than normal. Going back to the mall, there are not really many good places to actually farm infected here. You can probably do up here, but they don't really spawn that much. And they basically can quite literally do a lot of damage. However, I would like to mention that outside of the mall itself, to the right, over here within this area right here, does have a frequent amount. Now, of course, you can either go one of two ways, or really three, but you can either go through this door right here, all the way over there, there's an entrance, or depending if you have premium, I believe, you're able to go through a door down there. Now, there is also an area over there, but out of all the areas, this actually has the highest amount of zombie spawns. If it doesn't, then you can go ahead and correct me. Now I welcome you to the home of Dosif. Yes, the double Dosif. Not Dosif, Joseph. There is not really many spots that you can really farm here. And quite literally, I don't know why you would farm here. But if you somehow wanted to, then the best area would be this car shop over here, or the automobile section. As you can see, there's a lot that are spawning here. Now, of course, I did leave out the prison, which I apologize for that. However, for the prison itself, same for the Sector D. For prison and Sector D, I wouldn't really suggest doing those. I mean, of course, if you needed to, then go ahead. Um, Sector D is just a pain in the ass to deal with, and then prison is just wacky. Unless you need stuff from it, I wouldn't really suggest doing it. If anything, I would suggest you do Sector F because it's the simplest. It doesn't have the drops, or rather, it does not have the boss spawns, the Pathroth, uh, Pathroth, and someone else. Now, as this guy is going to try to kill me, or maybe? Oh, thank you, Chili. Chili Tires. Thank you for the save. Anyways, that is a mad face. Oh, damn cultist, I forgot what I was saying. I believe what I was trying to say was if you need to deal with uh like getting crates, then that's on you. Uh you do you. I No one can really stop you. That's all your choice. Now, just personal tips, I would suggest the following. A maxed out flamethrower with at least 3 damage and 2 Everlast. It depends if you want to use 2 Everlast, but 2 is good. A Necronomical flamethrower, of course. Um, Mainly one that gives good damage and that has a lot of Everlast, like my own. If I check it out, you also, or no, not Everlast, you want projectile lifetime. Damage is low on the lower end, but of course, I have the uh, free damage right here, and then I have the longer burn time to add to more damage per second or over time. And I would either suggest getting something like the chainsaw, which is achievable from the next. And I wouldn't really suggest this as a farming location, but I noticed that it's pretty good. But Genesis, you need to be level 300 for Genesis. Yeah, after end of the line, I would suggest you just good luck with that. Also, another good I build would be to have a maxed out electric charge and um, sniper pierce. And for that, I will go ahead and show you why. Now, of course, I would like to mention you do not need to have my build out. You don't need to have any of this. I prefer to have a sniper skullcracker because it just works well and I just enjoy using it. However, if you want to clear a horde fast, go ahead and find some zombies that aren't being taken. That works. As you see, the electric mod allows for you to shoot through more zombies, and also with the electric on it, it allows you to do more damage over time, not over time, but to a certain amount of zombies, depending on how close they are. Now, of course, bullet penetration is also in the gun itself, so that can also help out with the overall damage. Now, for the flamethrower, this is also the best way to just kind of level it up. Just kind of tap the flamethrower around. Now, of course, you don't have to do this. What you can also do is place like a scarecrow up there and just kind of do that, let it burn, and or you could just go ham. It depends on what you want to do. That's probably not the best idea though, because of course you're just wasting your shots. Now, for actually leveling up weapons, I would highly suggest you use the electric charge. Now, because I don't want this video to go on much longer, I am going to pause for a moment. Alright, now I would like you to just keep this in mind. This AK was one that I was going to be working on later on. However, I'm just gonna spray and pray. The better I aim, the more zombies I can kill within a full clip, which also means the faster it'll level up, and the less overall ammo I use. Which means I save money and, of course, time. I would just personally suggest using the electric mod and just see for yourself. It's up to you, and it depends on how you want to do it. But I'll say it works like a charm. Well, I hope that this video is informative. I may or may not have left out a few different locations like Harbor, and I think there's another spot. I forget where at exactly. And I also didn't include co-op raids like the Office, um, event missions like the Easter Butcher, which isn't even active. It's fucking Halloween, and whatever else. Sunken Ship is underwater. Tombs, whatever. Something that gives an endless amount of zombies and not a scripted amount is one of the better ways to farm. Out of every farming location, I would personally suggest Sundays. That is just my personal pick whenever I need to farm weapons. However, if that's taken, well, warehouse and Sundays are both good spots, but if those are taken, then of course there are other ones that I've showcased in this video, other locations, and really it's for early game, mid, and end game or late game based players. Like late game would have to be the mall, um, community warehouse, or not warehouse, but community area, and of course the harbor. Middle section would have to be underground, or the sewers, and then of course this is the starter area that I'm in right now, being the warehouse and Sundays. However, I do hope that this video is informative and you were able to learn some stuff. Without further ado, I wish you all a good night, and I hope you stay safe out there. Keep on the lookout for a new video coming out soon.